Hey everybody, my name is Jeremy, this is Red Means Recording, and today we're going to be looking at 4 modules from Raw Yaw Media. This is a local builder to me. They're based out of Seattle, and I saw their work at Superbooth 2023, and I was like, oh, this is super cool. Let's work on a video together. And that's what we're doing. Thank you to Raw Yaw for sponsoring this video. So what are we working with today? Well, we have the dizygote over here. This is a really cool stereo oscillator that can create modulation internally and apply that to a sine wave or a square wave to create kind of chiptune-y, awesome blips and bloops. We have monolith, which is an exponential FM effect with a DJ filter and a reverb. Here is torus. It is a 4-part audio recorder and looper. It can chain patterns of recordings, it can pitch shift, and it can do some harmonic manipulation and reversal as well. It's really cool. And this is Uni. It's a big old knob. It's a 3-input attenuverter that can be used as a macro control, which is really fun. Yeah. We're going to start off by going through each module individually and talk about its front panel controls, its features, how it works. And then from there, we're going to go into more in-depth demos of each one using some, music, some patches that I've made, and maybe some more friends from outside the modular world. This is going to be a longer video because I've never done 4 modules in one video. So check the chapter markers if you want to jump around and check something out specifically. But with that said, let's get started on the Raw Yaw Media collection with the dizygote. The dizygote is an A-side, B-side digital oscillator. It's got a built-in envelope generator and VCA. The A-side builds harmonies with a square wave and frequency modulation, and the B-side distorts a sine wave with phase modulation. Both oscillators output in stereo, and which oscillator is being heard can be toggled individually. As you've heard, we are triggering it, but here's the trig button. I can press it and hear the VCA, and if I hold this down, we enter a loopable state, which is very cool. The switch control, which is both a button and a gate, can be used to switch between 3 modes. When only the right is on, you're hearing the sine wave. When the left is on, you're hearing just the square wave, and when they're both on, you're going to hear both. If I hold down the switch button, we'll switch from stereo mode to dual mono mode, which is great for splitting the signal up to different effect processors or filters. The mod, knob, and CV is for changing the FM and phase mod amounts. Yeah. The M frequency knob and CV is for the FM and phase frequency. Hell yeah. Let's bring in that square wave. You can hear those intervals now. That's the FM. This stuff sounds extremely cool modulated, so I'm going to bring in some modulation from the Acid Rain Maestro so you can hear what that sounds like. We also have this envelope out right here, which is control voltage that's generated by the length of the VCA. It's just a little bit shorter than the VCA, and it's great to go to a filter, but in this case, we're going to put it into the mod input. Yeah. That's so cool. We'll be exploring dizygote a lot more in a couple other patches, but I think you can already hear what makes this one special. It's really colorful and really, really, really fun. All right, next up is Monolith. Monolith is billed as a pitch shifter reverb inspired by West Coast synthesis techniques. It utilizes a time domain-based exponential FM algorithm that acts as a shimmer, sort of. Blend is going to blend between either the FM signal or the filtered signal. And right now, it's the filter signal, which is dictated by this DJ filter to the right of that. So this is a DJ filter that goes low pass on the left and high pass on the right. And you can hear it completely cuts out the signal, which is good. Awesome. The wet control here brings in the reverb and also controls the reverb's decay. There's also a bit of saturation on that path, as you can hear. Let's turn on the FM effect and hear what that sounds like. There are 3 controls for this, and we'll start off with frequency, which is the rate of the FM effect. Mod is the amount, as you might guess, and you can actually get this to hit certain pitches. Shape is the shape of the mod oscillator. It is fully sine wave all the way on the left, triangle at noon, and then goes square over on the right. The quant button here turns on and off pitch quantization for the FM oscillator. There's a second mode for the quant button. Right now it's going to go up and down equal intervals from where it's set, but if we hold it down, it will go up and down uneven offset values, which is going to be a little bit more atonal. You can hear that at large amounts we get actual discernible intervals, but at low amounts we can get kind of a cool microtonal pitch shifting / chorusing effect. There's a 1 volt per octave input for the FM oscillator, so let's go ahead and put something in there and play it. There's that cool pitch shifting / phasing chorusy sound thing. I really like it. Next up is torus. This is one of my favorites here. It is an overdub looper for harmonic playback. It has 4 16-step pattern banks for sequencing, as well as other sample manipulation techniques like pitch shifting and sample reversing and all that kind of stuff. It was designed to bring DAW workflows like sample reversing, pitch shifting, and sequencing to Euro rack cases. So we're going to record some sequences into here and hear what happens. Here are our pattern selections, and here's our record button. It is going to listen to the clock and it's going to record for 16 steps unless I interrupt it. And since my clock is eighth note, it's going to capture half the sequence we have right now. So let's listen to that real quick because we did capture it. Dry. On this side, we just captured the last half of that sequence. Since it listens to a clock and makes decisions about how long it's going to record for based on that, the clock pulses per quarter note rate, the clock rate matters. Right now I'm sitting at an eighth, but I could sit at a quarter or a 16th note. I think the maker suggests a 1 PPQ clock or a quarter note. I can now manipulate this by pushing it an octave up, another octave up, or up to 2 octaves down. Sounds pretty good. Reverse it. And do note that all of these have gate and CV inputs to manipulate, which is cool. Clear all 4 of those patterns. Next up is the harm knob and CV input for choosing harmonic pattern playback speeds. Let's switch over to pattern B and record something there. Now that I've recorded on 2 patterns, I can actually hold down chain and chain those patterns together. And you can chain playback and recording. Let's try playing something underneath this. Okay. When a pattern is already recorded, if you hit record, it will immediately start to overdub, and you can stop overdubbing by pressing record again. All right, and that is torus, at least an introduction to it. We'll play with it more in a bit. All right, next up is Uni. Uni has a big knob, doesn't it? It is a triple attenuverter. 3 inputs, 3 outputs, and the outputs will chain into each other. So you can actually use this as a big macro knob. The left and right inputs both have little pots for attenuversion, and the middle one has this big knob. When nothing's plugged in to the 3 inputs, they will send out a voltage offset of 5 to negative 5 volts. The middle one here will go either uni or bidirectional, and also will put out 5 volts. Let's go ahead and plug in a modulation signal into each one from the Acid Rain Maestro. There we go. Now we can turn these up. And since we're only using the right output, they are going to stack into each other. Add the middle one, we'll add the right one. So between those 3 controls, you can do a lot of cool mixing and matching. Let's go ahead and take this and put it into the filter. See if we can get some cool stuff. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. All right, that's Uni. Pretty simple to understand, but also pretty fun. So, big knob. Big knob, go burr. Burr. Knob. 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 All right, so let's listen to the dizygote a little bit more. In this case, I'm going to be using it as a bass line, and I'm just going to be manipulating it and the meridian filter that it's going into from Modbap. So hope you enjoy the demo. All right, next up. The first time I heard dizygote, I was like, this wants to do nasty glitch hop bass lines. And guess what? It does. So here it is. Let's go ahead and record something and then we'll play with it. We're going through the meridian filter again from Modbap in this one. Okay, let's take a little breather and explore monolith a little bit more. I'm running this Morphogene reel of music box through it, and we're going to explore the settings that we've talked about before and see how we can subtly transform this. I wanted to see what Monolith could sound like on drums. So we're going to record some explorations here with Monolith and drums while I spiced it up with some stuff from my keyboard rack. All right. I wanted to hear what vocals sounded like through this, so here's some vocals.
Going to be all right.
Listen, everything is going to be all right.
Just listen to me. Everything going to be all right.
Listen, everything is going to be all right.
Everything's going to be all right. Just listen to me. Everything going to be all right. Just listen to me. Everything going to be all right. Just listen to me. Everything going to be all right. Everything going to be all right.
Here is our first exploration of torus. We're going to be using this qubit surface sequence going into torus, recording and manipulating on the fly while I back us up with some stuff from my other keyboards. The drums that are going to come in are a sample off the Bitbox Micro. Here is another Morphogene reel, this one from Output Arcade. So I wanted to hear what torus sounded like on some different material. We're going to chain our patterns here and hit record, and it's going to record in a chain, and we're just going to have some fun. All right? Okay, last but not least, we're going to be passing these vocals that you hear first through monolith and then into torus while I back us up on some other keyboards. Hey, thanks so much for watching this demo of the Raw Yaw Media modules. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. You can support more videos like this over on my Patreon, patreon.com/redbeansrecording, whatever you want. It's all good. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.